Prepare for battle.
I'm 7 your will to live.
Sweet as honey.
You okay?
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Denied. That's mine.
The forest seems brighter with you here, Enchantress. thoughts.
No, you don't.
Hunting bounties.
First blood. Right up. Check it out.
Dire structures are fortified.
Nature attend us.
Spare my cubs. I beg of you.
From above.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire are scanning. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Back off.
Dire are scanning.
The forest hurts me.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I discharge your soul.
Got it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hold up. You love Nouns' position. You are pretty far here, though.
They should be able to kill Fly this time. But he is again very tanky. It might take a little bit of time. They'll jump in with the battle trance. They'll get it done. Fly is gone.
It's a lot of space, though. Like, I really like what Nouns are doing. They're just stalling this game, dragging all of this attention away from BBT. It looks like BBT is like a very angry, I don't know, like a bull. And Fly's just getting the target painted on his back. Bot lane has been entirely safe for Yuma. Poppy's been farming. Even Gunner is being able to work into this pipe timing to block off a lot of magical damage you're going to be pumping out here with Save and with Niero. You have a lot of good answers for like this mid-game build-up that both teams are going for. Yuma is still not in the comfiest spot, but again, he's not that far behind any of these cores now. The margins are slim. And Nouns, If they can get into this Battle Fury timing, if they can get into Copy's Manta, take a fight into Roshan, that's where things start to really shine for Nouns and bouncing back in this game number 2.
Some ancient stacks here in the Dire jungle, or rather Dire triangle. Problem is Save has spotted this out. So they're very well aware this is happening, and in fact now the rotations do come in to ensure that none of the creeps will be handed the way of Nouns. So no fight to really break out. So it seems like BBT unable to really close the gap to secure a kill. They'll still secure their own stacks though, so no problem. I mean, Psycha's still staying ahead of the Ursa as well, so like, it seems like the Troll Warlord still has that inherent advantage, plus the net worth advantage you're finding. And of course, Psycha is just rushing the Ags now after the Battle Fury, and it's going to make life very hard for Nouns in terms of trying to deal with this Troll Warlord once he does have the Ags up.
It becomes a little bit daunting as to how you try to actually burst down Psycha. You can try to sap away his damage if Copy finds the angle down the line. And that's a lot of pressure on the Razor, of course, to get that perfect static link target, which might not be the easiest thing to find. At the least, Yuma has his Battle Fury. And again, considering this game is only about 900 gold behind, it's a huge improvement from game 1. I think at the least it's that. You're not too far behind. You can catch up to this Battle Fury. Again, with the Battle Fury up, now it should start to think about controlling the map a little bit more. Take some forward presence, try to set up for an objective or fight into a kill as Miero.
Getting caught out, Snowball will be there. This could be a pretty big pick-off for Nouns if they can catch him, and Miero, he's gone. They don't want to fight. No rotations to come in from BBT, so Nouns suddenly finding the highest net worth hero for BBT and taking him down quite easily.
That's the kind of aggression they want here on Nouns. Again, they kill a high net worth target. They don't really manage to capitalize on the push, but they maintain control of this top area. Like, this forward ward has been quite valuable for them. It's not going to be easily spotted out just yet by Toronto, although the courier should get that information down and start to open up the map, or at least prevent that deep movement from being as easy to line up here. Up top.
Gunner. And they've got the lasso. They've got the Wukong's command. They'll control Gunner for now. No Snowball to play with either, because he did commit it onto the creep wave, and he is gone. As soon as they saw that Snowball committed on the creep wave, it was an easy jump in, and sadly for Gunner, there was no way for him to buy time for his team to get there, save him. They are still around, they are still perhaps thinking about a fight, but BBT being quite respectful here and just backing out of there. Or are they? GPK still hanging around. Will pretend to be a tree, but it's rather obvious when you're moving GPK. Seems like Nouns, they aren't going to try and force anything. And Yuma has already backed off anyway, so has Copy. Back to the drawing board. But it's still less than 1k net worth lead the way of BBT, so the game is so even right now.
It is. I will say it's starting to feel like Nouns can start to think about this rush timing a lot better than BBT. Again, Troll does have a little bit of that rush threat as well, but it hasn't felt like they've really worked the map out. Again, there was this entire bot area that Nouns were very comfy with, and Nouns were also invading the top jungle quite nicely, although, and they get punished once or twice on fly, but it's an Enchantress, you don't really care. They are finding save now as well.
Try and juke through the Roshan pit. Maybe a deny. No, not quite. Copy will take him out. Another nice pickup here for Nouns, and now they can officially think about Roshan. Yuma's right around the corner. He'll just deal with the creep wave first. The question is, do BBT want to try and force a defense here for this Roshan play? I think the answer is probably going to be no. They may have just kind of accepted that against the Ursa, they're going to lose this Roshan anyway. And it doesn't really seem like there's any urgency from BBT to try and get here and fight this one out.
They're kind of happy with just letting this go. Let the momentum carry through from Nouns. Their lineup does come online a lot faster. In comparison to BBT, like even with like a Naga support, Toronto, Tokyo needs so much more to really have some impact. You need the mech, you kind of want your shard as well if you can find that. It's still going to take a lot of time until these Aura items are up in your Naga to sustain through these engagements. The Ags isn't done yet in Psycha. You're still working on the Gleipnir for GPK. You're working on the Ags Blink for Miero. A lot of things still need to come online. At the very least, the BKB's there for the Fallen Beast, so he is secure in pulverizing one down, but doesn't quite feel like he has the durability yet to tank through everyone focusing onto him.
Miro, Shards, not gonna lock down the Primal. I mean, now they are certainly hunting. BBT definitely looking like the team that does not want any kind of fights. I mean, you do have the Ags almost up on Psycho. He's only missing the Ogre Axe, so once that's available, perhaps they will try to make some plays here with their Troll Warlord. And he's still substantially ahead of the Ursa, just by about 1k. The Yuma himself going to go for a BKB pickup here on the Ursa. Pretty standard.
Already has a blink to gap close as well. Love this little play from Nouns. They shove in mid. They instantly smoke, look for a flank. Might be able to get this collapse up top. Trying to slowly siege onto that tier 1 here.
GPK, don't move, sir. It's alright for now. Yuma looking to jump in, but no, it was all a bait. Never mind. Yuma gone. GPK. Here we go again. They'll try for Toronto, but the song is popped. The TP away is there, and well, that'll be about it. I thought originally when GPK moved, I thought Nouns would be the ones to pounce, but they just weren't quite quick enough.
No. Took the long route through the top jungle instead of running through the river. Miss out on that opportunity to collapse a little bit quicker, and BBT get a good read, get some good punish. Find a very important here to keep shut down. Again, Yuma, it's not that far behind, but he's not catching up and increasing or getting a lead for himself anytime soon here either. You still have this Aegis to play with from Copy at the very least. Can still frontline with a Razor, but honestly, it just feels like BBT does not care. They've got the full Ags up on Psycha. Going for the Manta style next. They're playing tag a little bit up top, but the area is fairly durable. Does have the BKB again to back off. We'll just hold steady. In a prolonged match, it's kind of hard to read which way this goes, as Psycha does battle trance clear out the Tormentor solo, as he's not fighting anyhow. But as it scales on, it's a little bit interesting in this match, as you've got the scaling out from Monkey King and the Troll. You do have scaling Razor Ursa as well. Oh,
he got caught. I didn't quite see that, but I believe Yuma just guessed the right tree and cut it down. So very nice pickup. I mean, GPK, that's your mid core going down here to the pos 1 of Nouns. Another nice bit of gold influx here for Yuma.
It's a important one for the Ursa to find by himself. That's going to lead to a very nice BKB timing for Yuma. Not the quickest, but we're going to be on time and in a good time. Still about the recipe away, 1.2 Kuei gold away. Again, a very even game, a very low kill game. And the opposite of game 1, Mike. 5-5 at 22 minutes with a 1k lead. Last time, I think we were about 22-1 at that point, or 20-1 in game 1. So good news for now. Let's see if BBT can start to ramp up here with a smoke.
They want to go. Copy. As he senses something's wrong, it seems like he does. He backs off at the exact right moment. No pick off to be had. Not yet anyway. They'll try and roam up towards the top lane. Into the Radiant jungle they'll go. Yuma. Oh, he's farming that triangle. This could be very dangerous. GPK's keeping tabs. But this could be too far for BBT as well, don't forget. I mean, they are venturing pretty deep into Nouns territory. They'll go for that tier 1 top tower instead, but there is going to be a counter smoke now out from Nouns, knowing exactly where BBT are hanging about.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
But they've already found the tier 1 top tower, and with this smoke, it starts to feel a little bit obvious.
Top tower is under attack.
It does. See if they can still get that collapse. I mean, Aegis is starting to fade here from Copy.
Find Toronto. I mean, it's some. It's not really that big of a kill, but if you're Nouns, you'll take.
Yeah, you'll take what you can get. You're stalling out again the Naga full aura timing. And the mech is up, but the Guardian Greaves aren't going to come out anytime soon. Aegis does expire, so for BBT, they do manage to hold up against the Aegis timing quite nicely. Dodge out that big power spike from Nouns, still keep that scaling. On Psycha has the Yasha up. Manta not too far off, going for the Lincolns as well, just to protect from perhaps some instant control with, say, the Snowball or the Punch, or even just the Static Link. There are some ways to pop, but this can give the Troll a little bit more leeway as well from weaving in and out. Have your own Auras up and ready on Nouns. Full Guardian Greaves now for Lullis. See if they
Fly.
can...
Just look how tanky this hero is, man. It's just unbelievable. Fly is still being chased. He finally goes down.
Bottom tower is under attack.
The thing was, like, if his team was behind him, the amount of time he bought to allow a way into a fight is just unbelievable. But at the end of the day, nobody was there in time. As now Gunner still hanging about, that the Boundless does miss, and he chops down the tree of GPK and pops the spray as well. Why the hell not? And once again, it's just runaway. No fight.
Been a good game of cat and mouse so far, although BBT are starting to get a little bit hungry here.
Is under attack.
Pressuring onto the mid, 6-6. And we're getting the opposite ends here, Mike, in terms of games. See if they finally find a kill this time.
Here we go. Gunner gets caught, and Snare will be there. A nice little shards block, though, going to make it very hard. And now GPK getting jumped here by Yuma, though the Enrage forced to be popped here by Yuma as he does need to retreat. They're still trying for the MK, but Yuma cannot keep up as now Copy. It's complete chaos in the mid lane, but Save is gone. They've lost the Batrider. They might even lose Psyker if the battle trance runs out, and it might very, very soon. But no, the song, Toronto, he buys the time. Psyker's out of there. Toronto, he'll be the one being left behind. They still lose 2 supports. It's not a great fight for BBT, but at least they get the big ones out.
That they do. Bail out all of the cores. Looked like a decent fight that they could have started off of, but Nouns were very ready this time around. They had their saves ready. It's really hard to pin down Gunner with his pipe. This Tusk is starting to be a little bit of a slippery issue. You've got 2 really tanky heroes tan front that aren't like necessary for you to fully commit on for now. It's like if Fly gets caught, you don't care too much if there's no opportunity because it's an inch. If Gunner gets caught out, he has Snowball with Blink to save himself. He has the pipe staying true as well. So he's not really at risk of just getting 100 to 0'd. BBT have to find a way to get bigger lassos out from Save. They need to be able to find these big targets. We are seeing at least some ways of kiting Copy around with the BKB Pierce on Pulverize. Not always the easiest thing to find here for Miero. And that is the one thing that BT has to play off of. It's Save with Blink Lasso and Miero with whoever he decides to pulverize down here.
Lane, they might run into Save. There is vision around this area, though, from BBT, so this could be a very nice fight to force, and they are going to try. Onto Fly they'll go. They want the edge first, but Fly is just tanking through it once again. It's now GPK, popping too much damage. Still trying to man up here in his Wukong's command, but so is Gunner. GPK, he's out of damage now with that static link. He needs to get out. Still Gunner going very deep, but he will be able to blink out. Nobody dies yet. In goes Yuma once again on Toronto, but Toronto is able to walk out of there thanks to the Boundless of GPK. BBT now, the ones to retreat, as Nouns are still looking to force the fight. But nobody's... Oh, I say nobody's left. Yuma's still having a hunt around. GPK is still there, but they will not find him.
Rather unfortunate for BBT. They don't manage to get the big lasso target they'd want. Isolating Fly really doesn't do much. Like, this Ench has proven time and time again. If you're not connecting with your Primal Beast with a trample, and the Ench is just not going to die fast enough for you to capitalize. And unfortunately for Miero, and very fortunate for Nouns, he did get distracted by Copy's illusions, ended up pulverizing on the side to try to stun in the Wukong's AoE. I don't think it reached though, for the most part. So, very good news for Nouns. They get the 2k lead on top. They get another Roshan for free with a banner. You can start to consider more aggressive plays going forward. This should allow BBT to reset their cooldowns. Song will be back up for Toronto Tokyo. He's doing a great job of just ensuring mid pressures there. So the Naga split push is there to at least stall out in some of these objectives despite having the Aegis. But now I certainly do feel like they are getting in control of this game. BBT, the initiation angles have not been clean. At least they have a source of break now with Miero. With the full Ags up, that could help out if you are jumping Fly this time.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Go.
under attack.
Down towards the bottom lane.
Radiant structures
T2 tower will be targeted by Psyker. Keep in mind, they're fighting against the Aegis now, but Nouns are not looking to try and defend this.
Radiant are scared.
Gunner's picked up his Desolator now, so you've got a lot of right-click potential here with the Tusk. Nouns looking to head through the mid lane. BBT will see if they want to try and defend. It seems like Nouns are going to pressure this tier 2 mid tower, and well, in fairness, the mid tier 2 is just about to fall anyway. It is basically already gone.
Has fallen.
Nouns will go ahead and take care of it. Do you want to try high ground? I mean, you do have a Roshan banner plus an Aegis.
Middle tower is under attack.
BBT's going high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh.
is under attack.
Oh, BBT's going high ground. Never mind.
Fortified. Dire's top
Yeah, I mean, we do have the creep wave at the top tier 3 at the very least, Jonathan. They'll back it. That'll be enough.
They do a lot of chip damage from that tier 3. If a full commitment does come in and Saika decides not to join in, with Toronto Tokyo just shoving one lane in, he could just make a beeline for bot and just kind of even out the game that way. I like that coverage out from BBT. Seeing the Roche, knowing that the mid tier 2 would still hold, knowing how fast they can push. With a troll, does give them a little bit of an access point later on. Nouns looking for a smoke out. No forward vision this time to try to spot out BBT though.
Could go for Miero if he does show on the creep wave, but nobody wanting to venture that far for that farm. Then I will reveal his position, so a pretty obvious smoke now for BBT to just kind of wait out. Line's being drawn through the top lane, so they might actually try to pressure this top tier 3 tower. But now it does feel like they really want to pick off before they try to venture to that high ground, but BBT are just not providing the openings. Like, it's still 8-6 with a 1k advantage, and we're 31 minutes in basically, John. No openings really being provided.
No. Again, it's the complete opposite of last game. 8-6. No one going double digits just yet. Half an hour in.
I may have just jinxed.
Smoke.
Happy. Here we go.
Good job, Mike.
No, I not. I double jinxed. Dump it. Oh, I triple jinxed it. Here we go. We're onto the race. Copy's gone, but so is Toronto Tokyo. Onto the end. Fly is also dead. Gunner. Chase is on. Gleipnir is going to land from GPK. Nice shards block from Gunner once again, but the chase will continue. Yuma's right around the corner, though. He's thinking about forcing the fight, and he will jump in. They'll try for Miero first on the Primal Beast. Yuma, he'll pop the BKB. Still trying. Gunner, somehow still alive. Finally goes down. Yuma, still looking for a target. Will chase down Saika, but he's just too fast on the troll. They just kite out the Ursa. So they'll lose Gunner. They'll lose Fly. They lost Copy, and he brought back to make matters worse. A pretty big fight here for BBT.
That works out in their favor. Get the perfect target to start on. Finding Copy in that smoke. It's a big target you really need to take care of. He can counteract 2 of your cores. It makes it very uncomfy for Saika and for GPK to try to play their games. If the Razor is just alive, then take that out of the picture, force the buyback, stall out this butterfly timing as well for Copy, just a little bit. And these can make things a little bit tougher in terms of trying to scale up. And for the side of Nouns, again, they've been the ones posturing, trying to play across the river, find these pickoffs. They might be a little bit concerned about scaling, especially since you're not going for like a refresh Razor, right? Like the butterfly will allow you to man up against a lot of these hits from BBT. And again, physical output of the troll and the monkey aren't necessarily going to always hammer in onto the Razor at that point. But it feels like the late game Razor threats from like refresh, double BKB, double static link, and just running around being a maniac, sapping away your core damage from that point. The butterfly is not that same play. I think this is much more tempo heavy and Copy, trying to utilize this early advantage, mid-game advantage they've built off of, and try to win a couple of fights into endgame. If it falls flat here, that could give BBT a much better chance in scaling up, knowing that refresh is not going to be up for a long time with his.
Another big smoke up here. BBT running right towards Copy. This will be a dieback on Copy if he does get caught out. Seems like they will avoid him instead, rather looking at Gunner now down to that bottom lane, and they're going to find Fly instead. A little bit unfortunate. Oh no, they found both. Save will spot out Gunner as well. That'll be a double. The 2-for-1 special. BBT, I mean, it's just kind of back to the farm game, I suppose, right? It's just no need to rush.
No.
They know what they're doing.
They can keep that build up. Again, it feels like with the double core of Monkey Troll, you're kind of banking on your Razor to nullify these forests. Again, Copy going for the butterfly somewhat counteracts them. At the same time, it only allows you to really focus one down. It gives a lot of leeway for either GPK or for Saika, depending on who's not static link, to actually just play the game. You do have the full Abyssal Blade up on Yuma, so you can just stun up whoever is left alone and just try to focus one target at a time at that point, or just split the fight up. That kind of utility while the other core is trying to break static link. You have that kind of setup for yourself now in Nouns, but BBT have taken over on net worth, 4K advantage. Not the biggest lead at 35 minutes in. Nouns certainly not behind by too much of a margin here at the very least. Most of this net worth differential is coming from how underfarmed Gunner is. He has been a little bit more of the sacrificial off lane. Again, going for a hybrid ore build-up on Tusk. He's got the Dessa with no charges up. With the BKB, perhaps that's when he can start to get more charges in. Maybe even start to consider something like the Ags being picked up to try to reposition these heroes as well. Be one way for Nouns to simplify these fights going forward here.
BBT, they're posturing once again around this top lane. Maybe just getting set up for the next Roshan attempt. You do have Nouns grouped up as well. They are indeed just checking the Roshan pit here, BBT, just in case. The Roshan's still not going to even tell us when it respawns for another 40 seconds. There's your butterfly up on Copy, so we'll see if that does make any form of difference here in this next fight. They are going to smoke up. Naga illusions to come in. Copy will make it pretty obvious they are smoked up. Does BBT want this fight is the question. Fly will move forward.
Where are you going?
Miro, gonna break the smoke on Yuma. I don't believe Yuma actually saw him. They'll try to get some D-wards off here. Miro, though, still frontlining for his side. Neither side wants to pull the trigger.
Good to be among my kin.
We're just having a bit of a standoff here at this top lane, it seems. More wards placed here by BBT. Lasso, it's on an illusion. Unfortunate. It's alright, I mean, there's just so many illusions, you've got to try one of them. In goes Fly. Yuma, he's going to make the jump in. They'll try for Miro on the Primal Beast, but the BKB is already out, and now the Pulverize has been committed. Still Yuma having a decent old time, as now the song has been committed from Toronto, Tokyo, looking to try and move in onto Copy. Getting annihilated by Saika. There goes Gunner to boot. Both of them just destroyed. As everybody else from now just trying to dissipate, but save. Continuing to chase Yuma, who does end up killing him off, but Yuma is certainly just set to fall. There is no help around. And an unfortunate fight for Nouns now as BBT finding a very good fight. And Roshan, it's up in 30 seconds.
It's a big timing for BBT, and that's probably the best way for that fight to go out for BBT. Right? They use Lasso and an illusion, and I feel like that's Nouns' opportunity. Instead, it falls flat. Yeah, you get this big song to bail out. You get the isolation with Pulverize out onto the Ursa while he's BKB'd and committing. You static link Primal Beast instead of any of the two cores. So Saika and GPK just don't care. And again, because Saika shoved in bot, it's going to be a really easy process to take care of these tier 3s. 1 fort already used up. Doesn't take too long for the troll to just clear these objectives by himself.
Saika doing it himself. They'll jump in with the kick, or rather the punch. The battle trance was already there from Saika. Is now, well, it's looking pretty rough for now. They've already looking to lose Gunner, and they do. Saika barely survives all of them. The battle trance just in the nick of time here from Saika as Lelis is being hunted in his fountain, forced to back off.
Where are you going?
Bottom Rax is gone, and that's going to be enough for BBT.
Yep. Can go back, just take Roshan. They should know the spawn time is relatively soon. Saika's going to go back up top, check it out after figuring out some camps.
Oh, Yuma does clean up save. It's a nice little kind of pick off onto a straggler on his way out. It's just not changing the game, though, is it? Like, you're 11k behind now as Nouns. You've lost Arax. You're losing Roshan as we speak.
Radiant are scanning.
And even though BBT just played a very, very slow game, it really has felt like they've been in control.
Dire are scanning.
Has. See if Nouns can find an angle in. They did smoke up here, but the smoke breaks. Better to watch it.
Copy. Gonna get pulverized here by Miero, and it looks like his team was not really prepared for the fight, though he did at least get his BKB off. Still running. Psyker, he's popped the battle trance, chasing very, very deep, but he's got the Aegis up. Not anymore, though. It is down. Has Psyker gone too far? Miero will try to jump in, but Yuma, he's right on the troll. Psyker pops the BKB and tries to run. Even the song being committed, he'll survive, and now they're all locked down. The Onslaught in, the Ursa in huge trouble. Gunner indeed also in trouble. They both drop. A double kill for Miero. Copy to drop to boot. Miero getting tipped throughout all of this as they've even found themselves an Ench. And I believe I just saw Yuma buy back.
Yes.
A little bit unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for the side of Nouns. BBT, I mean, it almost looked like they were just losing their minds for a moment. Psycho running forward, popping battle trance early, losing the Aegis just like that. You know, looking like he was getting impatient with this game, but it works out. Toronto Tokyo saves the day. Great song. You gotta love that. Naga Siren shards that, you know, when it was fresh, I was like, oh, it's a very fun shard. And, well, we've been seeing a lot of it over the years now as well. And that's just going to be straightforward high ground again. Psycho's got the damage to dig through all of the objectives for the MKB. Last fortify to kick in here. At the least, mega creeps aren't going to be coming in, and respawns are relatively short. Should still be able to hold up with one lane to yourself here on Nouns. But BBT blow this game wide open, 11-19, 2TK lead up for themselves. And the side of Nouns, well, it's really rough for Copy, right? Like, he's running in, he's always static linking Miero, and he's not really able to focus down and try to find Psyka, try to find GPK to static link to take out one of these cores from the equation. And that's where all these issues come in. Like, once they see that commitment onto Miero, GPK and Psyker are just like, all right, we'll go in. We've got damage. We don't need to care about Razor. He's not even, you know, dealing with us. Well, what worries do they have if they're not static link targets?
That's a fair point, John. It has been pretty rough here for Copy. Not the ideal Razor game, that's for sure. Now with Swift Blink available on Psyker, so things got even worse here for Nouns as Copy's just being watched at the moment. They'll even be. I say Swift Blink. Save just picked up an Aghanim Scepter. Double Lasso available.
Dire are scanning.
Up towards the top lane they'll go. Smoke on smoke scenario, but this could be Nouns' last team fight. If they can't make this one work, the game is basically as good as done. Lasso is out. Who have they caught? It's gonna be Lilith. Snap fire down. Miero, he's in. Copy. He'll be alright for now. The pulverize was cancelled. Copy though, where's he going? The Razor, he'll head up north, but it's not the way to go. He is dead. Meanwhile, Gunner's just trapped in the tree line by the looks of it, as Yuma's going to try and force another fight, but really gets nothing out of it. BKB's being forced out, but it's not doing anything. Meanwhile, Gunner has been spotted in the tree line. Chase on. He'll blink away back towards the south, but Toronto's right behind him. Here comes Save to boot, and Gunner is gone. There's two down without buyback here for now.
Yeah. And that should just be the last of the racks to go here for BBT to take. Again, Yuma cannot afford to die. He bought back a while ago. And have to try to just hold out here as 3. I don't see the angle. Without that
so again, it's a double lasso. A double lasso from Save, and that'll about do it. GG is called. Nouns have seen enough. You know, positive is game 2 was a lot closer, but at the end of the day, BBT certainly proving to be the much better team here today, at least in their series up against Nouns Esports. I'm sure they'll be leaving their room very, very happy after that one.
That they will be. Game 1, a little bit more, of course, of a